Well, hello. Good afternoon. I hope that your day is going well. It is me, it is her, it is I, back again with another video. Ciao. I had to come back and say a few things, whatnot, and what have you. Where should I begin? I guess I'll start with yesterday, and then I'll segue into today. So I had my second therapy appointment yesterday with my therapist or whatnot. And child, I don't even know why sometimes. But I just go with things because it's just like, why not at this point? Just play along with the foolishness. As I was having the conversation with her, I just started to realize I was just like, I don't think this is gonna last. I just don't think this is gonna last. I just don't. Because if you're giving me an assessment, darling, and I answer the question, it's almost like she was trying to give an example and basically say, like, I've been married to my husband for 30 years, and there's I love him, but there are some times that I do want to hit him. And I'm like, well, I'm thinking to myself, that is not your man. That's not your man. Like, if you feel like you need to lay hands on people to get your point across as a grown, able-bodied person, especially with you being a therapist, that concerns me. Like, I might want to cuss you out, but for me to like really want to smack the shit out of you, more than likely you're gonna have to hit me first. Cause I done built up such a tolerance for foolishness because of all the things that I've had to endure. A lot of things just don't bother me. I just look over people because they small to me. Like, you're small. In the grand scheme of things, you are a small thing to a giant. You are small to me. So I look over you. That's just how I feel. And when some of the things it was almost like she was trying to imply that I was lying without saying that. And I said, well, first of all, the assessment was for the last 7 days. So no, in the last 7 days, I haven't wanted to put my hands on anybody. No, I'm not sad. No. I answer the shit honestly because I'm a person that actively works on themselves. Like, I am a person that actively checks in with myself, my emotions, my feelings. I journal, I read, I research. I actively work on myself and my personal well-being every day. Every single day. So a lot of things that you may have going on in these therapy sessions with people, it may be challenging for you to work with me because I'm not saying, like, that's what people perceive as perfection. No, this is what healing looks like, baby. When a person has acted, this is how you know you're dealing with a lot of unhealed people and that they have not worked on themselves. But if you say that out loud, oh my God, you're arrogant. Oh my God, you're self-righteous. It's like, no, darling. I have actively done the work to be a better person. That's just the truth. And with all the bullshit that I have had to face, I could have easily gone black, real dark, real dark. If I succumb to all the attacks and all the abuse and all the lies and the rumors and all the gimmicks and all the frauds and the reenactments and the illegal surveillance and all the things, darling, if I really succumbed to all of that, who would I be? A product of my experience. But I'm not. Those are just experiences. Those are things that happen. Those are moments in time. That's not who Candice Carey is. That's not. Those are isolated incidents and moments in time that happen. But that does not make you who you are because something bad happened to you. So when we were carrying on in the conversation, she basically was like, what are you going to do? And where are you going to go? And all of this. And, I always give people vague. I don't tell people my business. I don't care who you are. I ain't telling nobody nothing. I ain't telling them. I just make up shit as I go. Honey, I'm getting better at lying every day. I don't like to, but when it comes to my plans or my whereabouts or how I make my money or what I do, I ain't telling nobody shit. And I mean that. Ain't nobody gonna have access to know. Just one day I'll just be gone. And you be like, oh my God, like what the fuck happened? And I said, she was like, I don't know how you do. All these things you're telling me, I just don't know how you deal with it. And I'm like, because you're a white woman in America. Yeah, y'all the hoes that can walk off your job. Y'all the people that got somebody else at home waiting on you. Like you said, you've been married for 30 years. So you probably had the luxury to pick and choose. Black women, we don't have those luxuries. I told y'all many videos ago. But for me, specifically with black people that go, honey, we don't have time to cry. We don't have the luxury of healing. That's why I work so hard to do that. Because most people carry their trauma with them and then they start lashing out and projecting it and have all these insecurities and unresolved trauma that they make everybody else around them pay for. That's most of the people I'm around right now. All the people that can't seem to address their own issues but got such a problem with me. But I digress. So with that being said, she was just like, I just don't know how you're going through. And I said, well, you got a choice. You got to decide who you gonna be. You got to decide how you gonna show up in the world. Your life is not about everybody else. I don't care. What they told you. Your life is yours and yours alone. And the less power you give away to other people to determine and dictate your life, the more powerful you will be. And I told her that either it's one or two things you can do. Either you're going to sit here and you're going to absorb everything that happens to you. I'm being attacked. Oh, this happened. They did this. They did that. Oh my God. What am I going to do? The sky is falling. Oh my God. Oh my God. And then it consumes you. And then you start having resentment. And then you start masking, you start dimming your light, and then slowly but surely you start shrinking yourself. You start making yourself smaller and smaller every day because you don't want to hurt people's feelings and you don't want to ruffle any feathers. You want to make sure that everybody's comfortable with you. You want to make sure everybody's appeased by you. You don't want to seem difficult because you're already black in America, right? So the last thing you really want to be is, black in America and difficult. Yeah, it's hard. And then you got the other option. To stand in your truth. To be honest about who you are and what you need. To set proper boundaries. To know that no is a complete sentence without explanation. To not give people unjustified authority over your life. That's what it's about. You don't have any control over me or my mind. That's what people need you to, they need you to feel like you are helpless. They need you to feel like you are just this sacrificial lamb. You're just Bambi in the woods by yourself, surrounded by poachers. And I just beg to differ. It's a no. You're going to learn to let go. You're going to learn to let those things go. You're going to learn to just let that shit roll off your back like a duck. Like, oh, did you say something? Oh, I didn't even hear that shit. Was they being disrespectful? Who cares? Were they trying to mock me? It don't even matter. I'm Candice, Carey, honey. What can you really do to me? Can you stand next to me? Can we hold up our resume in any industry and you outrank me? I doubt it. What about your education? What about your personal development? What about your spiritual growth? Let's really stand next to me, baby. And most of you hoes can't. That's why you do the things that you do. So when you learn to consider the source, when it comes to hatred and abuse and trauma, and I don't care where it's coming from. I don't care if it's coming from the government, secret societies, cults, religious organizations. I don't care where it's coming from the top of the food chain to the bottom. Consider the source. And once you're able to identify what and who the source is, you realize, oh, I don't have anything to fear at all. I don't have anything to worry about. Look at you and look at me. That's why I'm saying I learned to let that shit go. I go take a walk. I put on music. I dance. I admire myself. I love my honey. Look at me. That's what I say every time. I say, honey, look at me. That's why I purposely put my clothes on the way I do. That's why I take care of myself the way I do. Because anything else, baby, I'm going to look good. I'm going to look good to the best of my ability. And people is watching. I don't care if they ain't saying nothing. People is watching. People is going out of their way to come see Candy Cane, baby. People is coming out of their way. The people is rearranging their lunch schedule to see Candy Cane, baby. Don't ever play with me. These hoes want to sit around and watch you eat. They want to be so close to you. You got to be delusional if you want to sit there and stare at somebody while they eat. You got to be pretty low in your life. And so when I got off the phone with her, and we fast forward into today, it was just kind of like, always bet on yourself, man. Like, trust in your own processes. Like, when people say trust the process, trust in your own processes. Trust in the God that you serve. And you have to look at, and when I say the God that you serve, in my mind, there's only one God, right? But I do believe that God is such an infinite being that there are many different channels and vessels and conduits to reach God. I really believe that. I think he's that great. I just it is one God, but it's just too many people. And we're all uniquely designed. We're all different. We all learn differently. We live different cultural backgrounds, socioeconomic status, and you mean to tell me that every single person on the planet, the only way you can get to God is through one route, one religion, one form. Like, I just don't believe it. I just don't. I think for God to even be accessible to some people, he had to have different channels and communication styles and conduits and different messengers, different languages, different books, different texts in order to reach people, for people to even identify and say, you know what, there is something greater than me. But people don't want to hear that. They feel like, I mean, honestly, as far as I know, there's only one group of people that do that. But that's neither here nor there. The title of this video is that it's always been you. And this just primarily focuses on people that have done the work. And you are probably in a space in your life now where you realize, like, it was always you. It was always you that held relationships together. It was always you that called them and they never called you. It was always you that came in early and stayed late. It was always you that gave more than the other person. It was always you that loved that person more than you loved yourself. It was always you that gave more than you got in return. It was always you. You was always the one that showed up for everybody. You was always the one that made everything happen. It was always you. And these people have been living off your energy for all this time, and you didn't realize it. Like I always say, like Beyonce say, in 1+1, that I have enough love for the both of us. I don't, and even if I do, I ain't sharing. Because even if I have enough love for the both of us, that means you're not probably loving me properly at all. And you just living off my love. Like you just recycling my shit and pretending like you don't really love me. You love the idea of me. You love the concept of me. You love how it looks. You like the aesthetic. but you don't really love me. And so when you remove yourself from these jobs, these places, these cities, these organizations, these groups, man, you sit back and you really start taking account. Sit down and do inventory. Take account for your life. Think about all the times that you showed up, that you did your part, that you did extra. And then think about how many people did the same for you. Have you always been a giver? Have you always gave of yourself? Because that's what Christianity tells you to do, that we are supposed to be givers and rather than receivers. And it's better to give than to receive. So we always feel like if we give, then it'll always come back to us. But not necessarily. Because it comes a time when you have to know As long as you are a giver, there is a taker somewhere waiting on you. There's an opportunist off in the cut. There is a narcissist waiting to like siphon your energy. There's an energy vampire over there waiting for you. All of these ghouls and goblins waiting to just take all of your love. So we think of real service and we give to the less fortunate and we did all these things. I'm not saying I pity the fool, but what I am saying is don't be foolish. You don't have to learn how to serve with purpose. Because I remember I heard Jeff Bezos. He was being interviewed with his little boo thing. And they were talking about how they was going to spend their money and how he wanted, because I don't know how many billions of dollars he has, but he was just like, there's just no way I can really determine how I want to spend it and who I want to give it to. But I think in his mind, it was more about placing it in the right hands and not just giving your money away to St. Jude or the Red Cross or, the common places people go. Placing it somewhere that is really going to be used properly and funds are going to be placed and allocated according to the needs of the people that need service. Because I think as you grow spiritually, you are expected to make better decisions to protect yourself. Because you can't keep asking God to protect you and cover me and, the blood, but then you out here giving to bloodsuckers. You out here hanging with people that would rather see you dead. You can't keep placing yourself in poor situations and then asking God to get you out of it because your heart is too tender to toughen up. The thumbnail is a picture of Miss Jackie Ina. And when I tell you, there's probably not a person in this world that does self-love and self-care better than Jackie Ina. And when I first went through homelessness, when I was in Nashville, and I found her because I was looking for like makeup and stuff, but that's her background is makeup and cosmetology and stuff. And I guess it was kind of the whole beginning of the femininity, learning about the woman. But I was just more intrigued with just how much she took care of herself. And like when she did this day-to-day thing, and she has like a 20-step skincare routine in the morning and at night. She don't play. She said she don't care if it's 3 o'clock in the morning. She just got home drunk from the club. She gonna stand there and take every lash off. She finna do her whole makeup, like everything. Like she does not play about her body, about her skin, about nothing. And I had never seen that before, especially not for Black women to that capacity. Like that intricate. I'm talking like it's not even just the skincare routines and how she takes care of herself, but it's also like, I think this was probably back then, but I'm pretty sure it's more expensive now because she's grown tremendously. That was like what, 2019. It's 2025, so that she's started 2 businesses since then. So I'm pretty sure it's gotten more expensive. But back then, she said she was spending like $15,000 a month on maintenance, but she was getting like lymphatic drains and facials, and just really into the whole spa treatment of just taking care of herself: nails, hair, toes, waxing, facials, everything, eyebrow tinting. I think she might get a little Botox or something here or there. Everything. Sitting in the sauna, red light therapy, the float rooms, all that shit. And when I seen it, I was just like, damn, that's what I need in my life. That's what people invest their money in. Is their health. Is when they say health is wealth, that's real shit. And so even when I started getting little glimpses of that, like when I went to Arizona and when I got acupuncture for the first couple times, that was everything. Talk about anxiety gone. When I was getting acupuncture, going to the chiropractor, getting massages, working out, all that stuff, a lot of my shit just went away. That's why I don't do medication, because I know through proper diet, exercise, and like alternative holistic help, a lot of that stuff goes away. If you can get yourself on like a vegetarian or Mediterranean diet, work out 3 to 4 times a week. I would even consider fasting a couple of days here or there, or maybe every other week. Try to throw some fasting in there, detoxing. And then like all alternative healing practices, it'll change your life. Like I knew, like I had never had that much energy. I just knew I felt better. It wasn't shit you couldn't tell me. And then COVID, when I moved to California, and even I was by myself, but I was like really getting in there, learning how to cook and like having recipes, like you like really make stuff from scratch. I'm telling you, man, self-love and self-care will change your life. And people think I just be out here saying this stuff because I'm self-righteous. No, because too many people want to self-medicate or over-medicate, or they, smoking weed all day or doing. And keep in mind, I've had my fun, but there is a better way. And I don't know, when I seen how, I would say seeing Jackie Onning was the first time that I felt like, as a woman or a black woman, that I had like full permission to like fully love myself, like out loud. To like share, okay, these are my practices. I do this. Yes, I do go get, because they always like, black people don't do that. So there are a lot of times we don't even want to talk about the things that we do or we into because we always get shamed for it. Anything that's out of the norm of hood red bald headed hoe shit, it's like, oh my God, you're being white. It's like, no, I'm just trying to live longer. It has nothing to do with being white. Read the statistics. Read the health benefits. It has nothing to do with being white. It has everything to do with being better. But it's like, oh no, you're like, oh my God, like I can't even believe she would be into something like that. It's like, girl. What they say, you can lead a hoe to water, but you can't make her think. I just had never seen anything like that to that magnitude. And ever since I seen her, and I just learned all different tips and different things, like I was like, I ain't never going back. And that's why I like people, like even being at several different homeless shelters, and people like, man, you be sitting there doing them skincare routines, and you be sitting, yes, I do. I do. Because I love me, man. And ain't nobody gonna change my mind about me. Ain't nobody gonna make me feel bad about me. Ain't nobody gonna take shit from me. Ain't nobody gonna make me feel less than. Because I'm all I have. And it's just the way it is. And so I'm going to pour into myself every chance I get. I'm going to show myself extra love. I'm going to give myself extra time to get dressed in the morning. I'm not going to rush. I'm not going to get overly excited or get angry about things that don't matter. I'm going to take care of me. I'm going to always do what is in my best interest. What is going to put me ahead of others. Because people don't mind putting themselves first. They're going to do what's best for them. Best believe that. So always do what's best for you first. And whoever loves you and who's ever supposed to be there will be there. And people will respect you for putting yourself. People that really love you will respect. You know what, Candice? I'm so glad you did that. I'm so glad you spoke up. I'm so glad you went on and went your own way. People that really love you, they will admire that shit because most people don't. Most people will stay behind. Most people will never even take a vacation if they ain't got nobody to go with them. They will never book the ticket. They'll never move to that side of town because they don't know nobody that live over there. They'll never take the management position, because it's too much work. But then complain about their living circumstances. They'll never bet on themselves. Because somehow, some way, we believe we just need to accept the crumbs. We need to just accept less than. Hold your head down. Don't expect too much. I beg to differ. See, truth be told, baby, just between me and you, I truly believe I'm royalty. See, my name is Candice. My name is in the Bible. Queen of Ethiopia. You can Google that. My mama used to say that to me all the time, and I was like, you walk around here like you Queen of Sheba. Look up Queen of Sheba. Shit, I always been her. I've always thought very highly of myself. I've always wanted the best. Know that I deserve the best. You can't tell me shit. You're never gonna make me feel bad about being me. And I hope nobody ever makes you feel bad about you being you. And if they do, that means you got some work to do. But I would say this, start with yourself. Start walking around naked. I've been doing that for years. People think like that's weird, like you exhibitionist. No, I be walking around naked in the house, not outside. Okay? Too many predators. Trust. Because when you good with your body, every nook, every cranny, every piece of cellulite, every dimple, every mole, every scratch, scrape, wrinkle, can't nobody, what can you say? Every gray hair, baby, every cankle, every bat wing. What can you really say to me, baby? When you get confident in your blemishes, your beauty marks, it's a beautiful place to be. Because it ain't nothing nobody can say to you, man. Because you made peace with that. And when you indestructible, The dude that used to own World Star that passed away, he had a quote that said, like, once you are so centered and grounded in who you are, it ain't nothing nobody can ever really say to you that's gonna move you, man. See, I think the things that annoy me now are just not necessarily what people are saying or doing. It's just the fact that I have to be around these motherfuckers. That's what annoys me. It's not about what they saying or what they doing. It's just, I just don't want to be around you hoes. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you post. I don't care about none of that. It's just I don't want to be around you bitches. That's just how it is for me. Say whatever you want to say, judge. I don't give a fuck, gang stalk, whatever. Just stay your ass over there. Don't come over here bothering me. Because we are not the same. So that's why I say I don't want to be friends. I don't want to be cool. I don't want to talk. I don't want to engage. I don't want to do none of that. Because I'm not going to be nice to people that I know do not like me. I'm not going to expect things from my enemy. Like you have to deal with people that don't like you. So 10 times out of 10, they're not going to get you what you need. They're not going to tell the truth. They're not going to be upstanding. They're not going to be right. They're not. So don't expect it. Don't expect people to do the right thing. As I said before, your feelings are always going to be hurt. I learned that when I was going through that coaching, that this couple that did life coaching with me before I left Nashville. And she talked about expectations and how we expect people around us to do the right thing. We expect people to be good people. And when people say they Christians, we expect them to be a certain type of way. And then when they not, you like upset. It's like, don't be upset. That's just how people are. Now, do I believe all people are bad? No, I don't. I think there's some great people in the world. I just haven't found them yet. I know I'm one of them. And I know if I'm here, that there's a reflection of me out there somewhere. I truly do believe that. But something that I want to say and I want to offer to people, that something that I've come to terms with on this journey is that the longest relationship you're going to ever have in this life is with yourself. Even if you get married, especially as a woman, if women outlive men, then you may end up being by yourself again. Maybe, depending on how it goes. And so in understanding that, it is your responsibility to always take care of yourself. Your well-being, your mental health, your body, your finances, your spirituality, all those things belong to you. No matter who you get with, where you live, where you go, where you don't go, it doesn't matter. Your life belongs to you. And the less you wait on other people to fulfill you, the more empowered you can become within yourself. So I'm not waiting to be chose. I'm not waiting for someone to see my value. I'm not waiting on a job to recognize if I am or I'm not. And I'm going to keep building what I'm building. If you don't see my worth and value, if you don't think I'm the one, baby, I'll move on. If you don't see that I'm the one the first time around, honey, don't come back. See, there's no second chances here. I need people to step to me correctly the first time. And if you can't step to me correct to me the first time, then you can't. There's no space for you here. I have a zero tolerance for bullshit. So there's no kumbaya, there's no comeback on. No. Yeah, I forgive you. I'm gonna let it go, but I'm gonna move on. You still can't come here. I forgive you, sure, but it's still goodbye. It's still goodbye. It's a no. Because to me now it's not genuine. Because the only reason why you really want to be here is because you think you can get something out of it. well, maybe I should have been nice to her. Like maybe she knows people, and maybe maybe just maybe you start thinking of all the things you should could have would have said, but things you wish you didn't say. Maybe I should have treated that person differently. Maybe just maybe, but you didn't. So I'm gonna stand on business. I'm gonna leave you right where you at. And that's just the way it is. Because I need people to know when they see me that I am a lovable person, that I am worthy of the absolute best. I need people to see my worth from the jump. And if I have to leave you for you to see my worth and value, you're not the person that needs to be in my life. If you're a person that's easily swayed and you believe rumors and lies and gossip and you like to be in the mix and hee hee ha ha and kikis and kicks and giggles, then no, we can't be friends. You're not my type of person. If you are easily swayed, or you don't want to have to be a part of the group, you don't have your own mind, you don't have a backbone, you don't know how to critically think, that all of your decisions are based on everybody else around you, or what you saw on social media, or what you heard from so-and-so up the street and around the way, we can't be friends. No hard feelings. It's just we different. And so instead of me trying to force relationships with people that I know aren't going to last, I just don't form them at all. Because I know that you're not good for me. And being that I went through a very traumatic situation, I have to make better decisions. Because the next time I may not get out of it. That's what people don't seem to understand. You can't afford to keep making the same mistake over and over and then think that you just going to keep coming out. And, everything will be okay. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you might not make it out of it. So I don't have the time to keep playing with people and their foolishness and their games and their lies and their abuse. I just don't have the time for that. And I'm not gonna make time for it either. And I won't internalize your hatred either. Because y'all know that you can't manipulate me and you can't play me. That's really what it boils down to. So with that being said, take what you will from this video. But just know it's always been you, man. You have always been the star. You have always been the shining light. You have always been the one. Nobody makes up this much fuss and confusion about somebody that you don't have something. This many people gotta go against you. You must have something. You must be somebody. Because trust and belief, if people really wanted you dead, you would have been out of here by now. You would have been. But your purpose is greater than your circumstances. And so don't let people trick you out of your spot. Because that's what another thing people will do is trick you out of your spot and then try to become you. Got the sweater and the hat for that too. Like, oh, you ain't nothing, you ain't nobody. And then the next thing you know, they doing everything that you was doing the whole time. They was watching you, studying you, copying and pasting your whole entire life to come in and be you and basically kill you off in your own story. Don't allow yourself to be played, man. You the truth. You know it and they know it too. So stand firm with who you are. Know that water sinks to its own level. Whoever is truly for you will never miss you. I hope this information has been useful to you. I hope that you continue to have a great rest of the day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time.